Who can
Happy Monday.
who can tell me what happened last time on This Isn't Rich Stinky?
Whoopsie daisies.
I
The
can do
whole
it.
house fell in a hole.
Yeah,
It did.
it did. And then we searched through the caves that we fell into. They were like caverns, kind of. And Mouse was going fucking sicko mode on these portraits of the goo monsters. He was gooing everywhere, all over the portraits.
No.
It's true, he did that.
And
No,
he did that.
He
Max,
did.
you don't remember that, but he did. And then we ran into the big giant lobster man, who's not actually a lobster. We were just kind of led astray. And he had, holy shit, who did he have?
Anderson.
Thank you, Anderson. He had Anderson, and we had to give him the knife in exchange for Anderson. And then he was like, "Follow me, you fucking tools. I got shit to show you." And he's going to tell us about the end of the world, because there's the world ending currently.
Yeah. Anything else any other details anyone wants to add in?
Blofrey's certainly dead.
Okay, that is a plot point I wanted to make sure we address.
Yes.
That's because I don't think Blofrey's actually dead. I think we just ripped his horror head off, and I was just gonna be like, maybe someone normal and cool, or maybe someone insane and evil. Like the Blofrey was just keeping him. What's the word? Contained.
This like minimum wage tour guide is actually the BBEG.
He's gonna come out, we're gonna find him later, and he's gonna have like the lower half of the neck of the giraffe head still attached to him.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's gonna be like a really ridiculous turtleneck. It's like attached to him at his collarbone still, but then it comes up to like just under his eyes.
Yeah.
He's gonna be like the headless horseman, but he's just gonna be like full of evil or something.
All right, now we've spent too much time dwelling on Blofrey. Can anyone else tell me anything else that happened last time?
We found some magic rocks.
Can anyone tell me what's going on with the end of the world?
Oh, the world
yeah.
ended.
Yeah,
it
There's no
started.
saving it. It's gone.
What happened?
Yeah, the sky is
We're gonna
red.
come out of that cave and the world's gonna be fired.
The super volcano in Yellowstone erupted, and there's a big guy crawling out of it. Allegedly.
There's just a dude.
Well, okay,
Frank
remember,
is crawling out of Yellowstone.
We found
Frank's crawling out of Yellowstone.
Mouse found a whole bunch of I guess it's a prophecy or like a summoning ritual, but basically a caldera is the collapsed mouth of a volcano, and they fucking summoned the harvester out of Yellowstone volcano was the implication of the markings that we found. And then Sylvester showed up, gambled with Anderson's life for a knife, and then was like, "Tee-hee, we're gonna die."
That's pretty accurate. And so I think we ended last time, you were all exiting the caves. There's this sort of like red mist in the air, and you're all standing in front of Sylvester's like old 1800s, maybe even 1700s like stone cabin.
I thought we were still in the caves.
I'm pretty sure you guys were exiting.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he was giving us the tour guide way out.
Yeah,
Yes.
I didn't know we were already out. Okay.
I'm pretty sure we ended last time right outside because I mentioned the sky was red.
Yes.
I don't remember that. Maybe I zoned out.
Maybe.
Fear. No, because I want to say when we ended last week, I literally got up and I was shaking. The super volcano freaked me out.
I'm so sorry. I'm sure everything's gonna work out just fine though.
I don't like the way you said that.
It's just
I can't. Max, we're all gay, and you're gonna make us bury our gays. What are you? This is homophobic.
You can't kill us. That's homophobia.
You can't kill us, otherwise it's a homophobic trope.
So you better find a way we get out of this.
just everyone here.
Yeah, exactly. So Sylvester like shuffles over to the cabin door, and he looks up at the sky as he opens it and says, "Mind your breathing. This air is not good for you."
I'm running inside his
shirt over his nose.
I'm running inside after when he says that.
Yeah. Anderson has been pretty quiet and turns to you, Atticus, as you guys enter the cabin, which is like devoid of any sort of technology. It looks like it would be like a hunter's cabin or maybe a place someone would spend a few weeks at a time. It's in pretty remarkable condition. It's a single level vertically. There's no like second floor, but there is a sort of dugout basement-y crawl space. And Anderson points to it as he enters and says, That's where he kept me, Atticus.
The fuck? He just put you in a hole?
Yeah, he stuck me in a chair, tied me to it, put me in a hole, and fucking put a metal hat over my head.
God. How long did he have you for?
It's like a day.
What the fuck? I'm shooting this guy the dirtiest of looks, but also hopefully not at drawing his attention. I will say, though, for the most part, if we're just like standing around, I'm gonna stand in front of Anderson.
Yeah. Mouse turns to you, Chrys, and says, Chrys, what the fuck?
Listen, man, I didn't do it. I don't know.
There was nothing in there about how to save Klaus.
Oh, you're talking about that. Okay. I mean, I thought you were talking about he put like points up to the sky outside, and he's like, I thought you were talking about that, but yeah, no, I guess we're still talking about that. We should probably like, I don't know, this dude looks like he's been in the caves before. Maybe we should ask him.
Do you want to strike up a conversation?
Yeah, sure. Hey, Mr. Sylvester?
He
No, you're not. Are you Sylvester?
he pulls the door shut behind him, and he's like grumbling to himself and like closing all the blinds and sealing the windows, and he says, Yes, I
Okay.
am Sylvester.
All right. Hey, quick question for you, since you have the dagger now. Do you know of like how to change a goo baby back to like a regular baby?
What the
Because
fuck?
my goo baby.
What the fuck?
Chrys, Chrys, that's my goo baby.
Well, I was gonna clarify. Thank you. Yeah, it's his goo baby. It's my nephew goo baby. His leg is turning to goo after he came in contact with one of those monsters that are depicted down there. Do you know anything about like how to stop that?
He looks at you and sort of grimaces and says,
Mm,
I had 100 years to find a cure. I'm not sure you're gonna like what I have to tell you, though.
if there's no cure, I won't like it. You're correct.
Those things, they have some unique properties. To a normal human, it's relatively harmless. Should you end up on the other side of it, that would be very bad. But in general, they're deadly, they're lethal. But what you have there is a high concentration of magic in that child. So you'll probably want to get that removed, and perhaps the leg issue may be resolved along with it.
Yep, right. So we just need to get the magic removed, and
How do you-
will his leg like turn back to normal, or like?
It's possible. If you're going to
Okay.
be going up against this thing, you may want to have it looked into for yourself as well.
Okay, yeah, fair.
How do you de-magic somebody?
That's not up to me to figure out, I'm afraid.
Okay.
What the hell?
Fair.
That's
I mean,
that's
yeah,
what you
fair.
got in 100 years?
He looks up just at the ceiling and says, Mind control.
What?
What?
It's what that fog does. It's what the harvester does. Gets in your head.
Well, that's not scary at all.
Oh,
Mhm.
it's
Does your spooky magic hat block that out?
unfortunately not. It's good for low level magic, could block someone's telepathy. Certainly blocked the communication between you and your brother, but no.
How did you even know about that?
I told you, I can smell things.
Her face like crumples in disgust.
When you start to exceed the natural human lifespan and you're not decomposing along with it, you get awakened to certain nuances, I guess you could say, extra senses.
All right. Do you want to keep? I don't mean this in a violent way. Do you want to die? Like, is that a goal for you?
I'm
Now?
afraid I am far too cowardly for such a thing. It's part of the reason I've been up here for 400 years. But instead, I'm afraid I will probably be collected.
Do you know, is there a fast way to get back to Connecticut? Because if we're all about to die anyway, I kind of want to die with my wife and kids, the rest of my family.
He shoots you a dark glare and says, "You don't make it back in time. None of you would make it back in time if you were to leave."
Not even on one of those fancy new trains.
What about like in a hot air
What?
balloon? Do you think we can like fly above the mind fog?
No, I don't think you can fly above the mind fog. Don't worry, this is not your end, though I believe it is mine.
Did becoming a lobster give you future vision? How do you just not smell death on us? Like, I don't mean to be rude, but you're saying a lot of bizarre, cryptic things, and also you kidnapped my brother.
Does anyone want tea?
No.
No one?
Uh,
World's going to end. I have a wonderful ginseng.
you got like green tea?
Yeah, a little bit, I think.
Fuck yeah.
All right, green
I'll
tea.
have some tea
Green
with
tea
you.
for the lad. Anyone else?
I'll have a cup.
Good lad. And he starts setting about this old-fashioned stove and says, "I'm afraid the tale I have to tell is disjointed and still being written, but perhaps I could fill in some of the blanks. So, where to begin? Caldera. Caldera is an ancient and powerful organization. It was founded as a coalition between heaven, hell, and earth. You see, some people who were not satisfied with the natural order of things heard a rumor that deep in the heart of Appalachia there were stones disconnected from reality. And so a fallen angel and a demon craving more came to earth along with a small band of humans. And they found the stones, and the stones spoke to them and told them of a creature on the other side who could grant them their wildest desires in exchange for their help for passageway into our universe. The group were provided schematics. It would take tens of thousands of years to build, and a power source by harvesting Yellowstone volcano. So they set to work. And the harvester entity slowed their natural aging to a point where it was non-existent. It's one of the things it can do. It can control the rate you age. Every 100 years, for thousands of years, Caldera had a ritual. They would bring new bodies in, grant them immortality as well, and continue the work of the harvester. Now, you can see me. I'm 400 years old. Some of the oldest members, my God, they are massive. He turns to you, Chrys, and says, "The ones you must have worked with, probably from the latest batch."
Okay. Is that like better for me?
No,
Or for. Okay.
the immortality is sickness, injury, can still kill me, can kill any of them. But our bodies don't decompose the same way. And so now we're here. And Caldera has succeeded. The harvester has risen. And soon it will arrive at your fancy, mystical, otherworldly hotel, where it will have access to every point in space simultaneously. Now, the harvester itself collects. It collects everything. Collects humans, everything in heaven, everything in hell, every soul that's ever lived, every insect, every piece of bacteria, any organism with any cell count, it adds to its numbers. And this is a being that nowadays, the sheer scale that it has under its control, I don't think I could even begin to imagine it. But that's life here. Now. Questions?
What do you mean? What do you mean by now? This is a lot to take in, but what does that specifically mean?
Right. Your role in here, you little white-haired, cursed people, I'm afraid I don't know. Same with you, Mr. Man. And he points a little wagging finger at Cornelius. But this one, and he looks at Chrys, this one is in a bit of a strange position. This is the end, but your journey does not end here, at least.
I mean, sure, that doesn't make much sense, but yeah, sure.
I met you in 1933.
What?
Huh? How? Who?
I don't think
Who? Where?
old.
Where?
Here. You and two others came to find me. And you told me of the end of the world.
Oh, see, did this like happen to Chrys already?
Absolutely not.
All right, awesome. I was like, am I fucking stupid?
Chrys, if you
What?
knew the world was gonna end, why wouldn't you fucking say anything? What have we been running around for?
I don't know. I didn't do this already. It may have been future me.
That's correct. Your
Yes.
path here, I'm afraid, is going to stop being linear.
Okay.
But that's neither here nor there. Oh, tea's done. And he walks over to start pouring the tea. And Anderson
Oh,
says, oh, no, go ahead, Chrys.
Oh no, please, please, pour the tea. Spill the tea. Go ahead. Don't spill the tea, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah, he pours it and he brings you over a cup. And he says, that's that.
Oh, okay. Well, that was kind of okay. How, how do you know it's future me? Like, did we like tell you about us?
If my
And also,
memory
like, maybe the
serves,
lead up to the end?
I believe so, yes. It was a long time ago for me, you must understand.
Well, yeah, of course. Like, yeah, 100 years, you know.
So the only reason I didn't kill you, all of you on sight, to be honest with you. I still needed to make sure that you wouldn't stab me before I had a chance to say my piece, but could have been much worse.
I'm very glad it wasn't.
Damn it. Why did this have to happen to Chrys? He's too stupid to get this.
So what do we do now? So Chrys is going to become a time traveler, I guess.
I'm already a time traveler, but that's neither here nor there.
I can't stress enough. As someone who did not have express direct contact with it, but saw it from the side, don't don't actually just stop. It will not end good for you. It will end so bad. Yeah.
Me?
I look at Cornelius and I'm like, why don't you tell him?
Oh
Man. Yeah, I mean, I really don't advise it. Sometimes you end up with a contract for 10,000 years of your afterlife working for the concept of time.
How did you travel in time?
So this is so funny. The world ended in a different timeline, and I was either sent to the future or stasised. I'm still unclear on it. I try not to think about it. We met someone who brought us to a facility that had access to time travel, and in coming back and fucking the timeline up and trying to right things so that the world didn't end then, we drew the attention of time. So myself and another friend of ours, once we die, will immediately become, I'll say employees, because I think that's a polite way to word that, though it's not exactly an obligation we can get out of.
Sylvester has this grin on his face and says, Chrys, you're familiar with the employees of time, aren't you?
I mean, you could say that. I wouldn't like. You said familiar, so yeah, I am familiar with them. Yeah.
You want to tell our farmer friend what he's in for?
About the IRS?
Not the IRS, Chrys.
The frogs?
Those
the
ones.
fuck do you mean by the frogs?
I'm just like frogs don't really like it when you time travel. So just like don't.
Like little mud toads, like the little guys that
No,
swim.
I think I told you about the people in frog suits already, right? Like the not humans in frog suits. Kind of like.
Mouse looks at you and he says, "You didn't mention they worked for time, Chrys."
All right, a lot has happened, and I'm traveling in and out of time. Like I can't keep track of what I've told you, bro. I'm sorry.
Sorry, how many times have you time traveled?
You know, like
Exactly once. I don't
Was
say
it
this as
once?
Atticus. It was one time. You guys, we like jumped around with Boo, but we technically only went back to like the 1930s, and then we went back again to the 1930s because we fucked it up real bad.
And then we jumped like outside of time, or
Yeah, we were in like his
somewhere.
IRS like future
Yeah.
suite, and then we went back to the present.
So we jumped a few times, not like separately, but consecutively jumped a few
One
times. Yeah,
super long instance.
I think it's like 3 strikes and you're out type of deal with the frogs. So just like don't do it more than 3 times.
Well, I did it approximately one time, and the concept of time
Okay.
decided that I deserved 10,000 years of indentured servitude, so.
Yeah, that's better than I'm just gonna I'm not trying to rain on
No,
your
I'm just like,
parade.
it's flabbergasting to me that you've met, like, I guess his little guys or whatever, but not him?
I think they're like an independent deal. I don't know really like if they work for time necessarily, but
I would be
like
shocked if they didn't.
A frog?
they're like technically not frogs, but they look like frogs. They're like dudes in frog suits, kind of like you ever seen what is it like My Bleer Academia? Have you ever seen that?
No, please. I don't want to talk about my Blero.
Okay, well they all have like kind of superpowers. And one of them is really good at partying, and he's the bad guy. We don't like him. We don't like any of them, but he's kind of like the worst. But yeah, no, just don't fuck with frogs, and don't time travel.
Good to know. Maybe I'll go back in time and tell myself that.
Atticus looks like Atticus is like fucking stricken. Her face just like looks like she's not comprehending this whatsoever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, you're not alone.
Every new update Atticus gets takes her further towards the grave.
This is like Blingdon Blart's lore, but worse.
Yeah, Anderson pipes up and he says, "Hang on a second. We're just sitting here drinking tea. Atticus, our kids are out there. My kids are out there."
I know. I didn't accept any fucking tea. I'm just pondering how the hell what I can do to get us back. If I can't, I don't know. Are we sure this is the end of the world? Like definitely the end of the world.
Sylvester kind of like struts with like maybe a little sick glee over to a window and hoists it open. As he does that, like red fog starts to come in and he shuts it quick and he says, "Yep, I would say so."
So, do we just sit in here and wait to die?
"No, you would sit in here and probably wait to be harvested. Or you can hitch a ride whenever it comes."
Fuck does that mean?
What
Well,
are we expecting
obviously,
somebody?
I am absolutely expecting something to happen. Lord knows what. But I met you after you came here the first time. So you're getting out of here. Presumably anyone who wants to hitch a ride is free to do so as well.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not leaving these guys behind. Any points to everybody.
Mouse is like, Chrys Klaus is back there.
We have to get Klaus.
Sylvester shrugs and says, "I don't think that's an option."
What are you saying this thing's already taken everything else?
It's certainly on its way to do so.
I'm calling Lily. Like
Uh,
I'm just walking off into a corner and trying to call.
yeah.
Wait, no, my phone's shattered. I go to pull out my phone, I don't have one. I shake Anderson. I say, "Give me your phone."
He shuffles and like throws his phone at you.
Can I call anybody?
There's no service.
I
What
stare at
about-
it for a second. I just give it back to him.
What about 911? Can we call the police?
Hello, police. Can you please rescue me from the fucking end of the world?
They're like, "Oh yes, we're on our way."
We'll be there in 6 to 7 business days.
Sylvester says, "Now, assuming that you stop this and I have every faith that you will. Everything should work itself out. Your children, significant others, partners, they'll all be fine. But not here. Not now. That's what you need to understand.
This is kind of fucked. I want to go home.
So what? We just either get out of it, just us, or just submit to death?
No,
I
it's
don't-
not death. It's a collection. I really can't stress this enough. The harvester
What does that mean?
You're not killed. You're taken over.
Is there a way to break the connection?
I've already been
Hopefully.
possessed. It was literally the worst thing that ever happened to me. Ever.
Well, if it's any
I won't-
consolation, I've heard rumors over my years about the specimens the harvester is interested in. You're not one of them.
Who is?
I don't remember. No one I've ever heard of.
In
Is it the-
theory, go ahead.
I was gonna say it's not the players of that stupid fucking game, is it? The people with no reflection?
No, that's the other thing I meant to tell you. I'm still trying to piece this together myself. Chrys, you played the game. You saw those people on the other side.
Yeah.
They're from the last universe the harvester took over. Those
When
versions.
you say you mean like the dream versions?
Correct.
What the fuck?
Those versions of yourselves were possessed already by the harvester.
Does the harvester have anything to do with the reflection game?
Oh, of course. It's the harvester's design. Now, you see, when you enter that state, when you fight against those reflections, in quotations, one of two things happens. You win, and you have no reflection. And Caldera puts you to work, clearing out any potential threats to the harvester. But if you lose, you suffer a mind death. You saw the dead bodies, right? That turned into the goo monster.
Probably.
Mouse
I
is like,
guess.
yes, those are after they took Klaus.
Listen, I'm grappling with the fact that I had a hand in stopping this thing.
Not stopping it, starting it.
Well, I mean, you just said that like they send us to kill things that can put a stop to the harvester,
Yes.
correct? So,
Yes.
like in essence, I technically murdered things that could have stopped this from happening.
Correct.
Fuck.
Or
So
at
did
least
we.
assisted.
That doesn't. That's just as bad. Getting an assist is just as bad as getting a kill.
But the way it can get through is with those bodies. They're like seeds, right? It helps grow the gap between our universes. I can't figure out how on earth Caldera got the rest of the bodies it needed and got them all the way out to Yellowstone.
Is there a way to undo that process?
Chrys, do you want to roll no? Do you want to roll no for me
Okay.
real quick?
OOC, this feels silly to ask. We went to a morgue that was empty, correct? After like all of this happened, like the goo monster kind
Yeah,
of like
Heart-
took over.
Heart and Stones had like
Yes.
a morgue, basically.
Yes. And that those bodies were just gone.
They were gone the first time because they turned
Mhm.
into the goo monster.
Right.
And then after you killed the goo monster, it turned back into the bodies. And Brad was actually waiting outside with a delivery van. And he does specifically say he's going to take them to Wyoming.
My God.
He specifically
Brad.
says, I have a storage facility in Wyoming.
I'm gonna murder Brad in the next life. Like, actually, with a knife.
Shout out to Party Frog.
Party Frog was right all along. Don't tell that to Cosmo, because Cosmo is insane right now. and will remain so.
And Chrys, I grant Chrys the memory of that happening.
Thank you. I had to put two and two together myself, but Chrys just goes, fucking Brad.
What?
Okay. So, god damn it. Brad took bodies to Wyoming. Brad was part of the Caldera Corporation. From Heart and Stone, there were a bunch of bodies that turned into goo and then turned back from goo, and then they took them to Wyoming. So this is a kind of a multifaceted puzzle here that Chrys is putting together in his mind.
Hey everyone, it's Max here for your regularly scheduled ad break. What's up? Thanks for listening to episode 63 of The Reflection Game, and happy Halloween week. I apologize that, we're not doing a Halloween special, but I hope if you're listening, you can understand that, no, yeah, I get it. This is I did not want to break up the story for this. It is a bit of a shorter episode this week, and I'm hoping to keep the ad break pretty short as well. But let's talk about a few really fun things. For example, if you're not watching this during the premiere, we premiere each episode on YouTube first at Tin Podcast, and you can come by, you can watch it with us, or even just listen in. There's a chat. It's cool. I post highlights from the chat every week in our Discord, which we also have. So 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time at Tin Podcast on YouTube. Come on down. It's a really nice time. And the other thing is, for Halloween releases, we are going to have one for patreon.com/tincast, who are going to get the first part of I Spy, a Beth-led Pulp Cthulhu adventure that I'm really excited for, and you can look forward to a trailer for in the next coming episodes. Probably 1 or 2 episodes would be my guess. Anyway, if you're a $10 patron, thank you. And in fact, we thank you each and every week during this portion of the show, which is why it's time to thank Mango, Amanda Krondar, Morgan Wolprant, Emily Laderna, Charlie Rose, Adam Carpenter, and Marco Malmstrom for their continued support of the show. Thank you guys so much. It means the world to us. And with that all out of the way, I wish you all a very spooky Halloween. Thanks for making us a part of your week as always. It means the world to us. And until next time, stay safe, drink lots of water, and have a great week.
Puzzle here that Chrys is putting together in his mind, because there seems to be a lot of people involved.
There's a lot of people involved in this. Yes, indeed. So
Chrys looks around to see if his ride is here yet.
Yeah, there's nothing. Some of the red smoke is definitely starting to leak into the house, though.
I put my shirt over my nose, and I'm just like, so. If we're actually gonna submit into hive mind control, to everyone who's not Cornelius and Anderson, I'm like, I don't mean this to take this the wrong way. I don't actually care about you guys at all very much. If this is my last moment, so I'm gonna just talk to my family in my corner over here and just start dragging everybody over. I'm like, I'm done reminiscing about bullshit. This is so fucked. In our corner, I'm just like, so I get. Fuck, is this actually it?
The guy says we have a way out.
That has to mean time travel.
Well, I would think so, yeah, but
Anderson looks over at you, Chrys, and is like, excuse me.
Oh, my bad. I thought I was in this conversation. Chrys leans back forward.
We're in the other side of the room in a huddle, and Chrys is there too.
This is just
He's like, I'll come.
And he leans back in his chair and he's on the other side of the room. My bad, sorry. And he envelops himself in the smoke, I guess.
He's like, oh, I'll wait over here.
He says, well, might
to the window.
Might as well submit.
So, what does that mean? What does any of this mean?
It means that Boo and Rose, Foster and Bee, and Tobert, and everyone else are about to be fucking assimilated by this thing?
I don't know about that. It wouldn't have any reason to it's going after specific people. Would they even be part of that?
I think it's going after everyone. He said everything. People, insects, souls, demons, angels, everything.
Maybe it already got them in a different universe.
Oh, it doesn't stop at one universe. I'm sure it has copies of all of you.
Why would it need duplicates?
It's Cornelius, a collector.
Cornelius, I don't think we can denial our way out of this one.
I have obligations after this, though.
What the fuck? Finch can't even, And Scout's not even on the ground anymore. He's on the baby leash permanently. What is he gonna do? What if he just flies away as part of a hive mind? I can't fucking sit. I can't. She starts like pacing. I can't sit here and all of our kids, all of our family, any of them. What the fuck are we gonna do?
Anderson looks up at you and says, "We have to go too.
What do you mean?
We have to go too."
Through that portal? Or, well, I assume it's going to be a portal.
It's got to be a portal, right? Like, there's no way. Like, no one's coming in at like a helicopter.
No, or like a hot air balloon. No, okay, yeah. So let's assume that Sebastian the lobster is right, and
Sylvester.
yeah, and and that a time traveling portal will mystically show up here specifically to save Chrys, no matter how far back it takes us. If you're right, no, you're right. We do have to go. If we just wander out into that fog, we're just as good as dead.
What do you think, Cornelius?
Just like, yeah, I'm just also thinking about how it would be really funny if the hive mind got imprisoned in 10,000 years of servitude to time, you know?
Cornelius, I don't know how to tell you this, but I kind of wonder if this thing is like an otherworldly next level horror, if even time, which you said was like a giant mean turtle, right?
Yeah.
If he's not also fallible.
Oh, I'm sure time's a collector's item.
I know for a fact, unfortunately, that even Abner can die. And I think anything can.
Man, this shit's stupid. Yeah, I guess we can get in the time portal.
Is this our fault?
No, I think it's some fucking chuckleheads in the middle of the desert's fault.
Okay, yeah, I know obviously we didn't start this, but don't you remember like 2.5 years ago? Like right after the thing that happened, Dr. B showed up and was talking about the mirror thing, and we just said, nope, sorry, can't help you. What if we helped him? And what if this is our fault?
What would we have possibly done?
I don't know, but we would have had 3 years to do it.
You don't think that Caldera wouldn't have been working on it the whole time that we were? What would we do? Go there, find them, and just start killing them all indiscriminately?
If we have to.
Atticus didn't even like killing people accidentally when your body was possessed by a spirit of another dimension.
No, I still don't like killing. I can't even touch a gun. You all know this. My fucking family owns a gun company. But if it's my kids versus anyone else, I'm gonna pick my kids.
Atticus, you give the best chance to save your kids. Going too.
Well, then I guess that's it. I kind of fold my arms like, I'll go. I don't know what that's gonna mean long term.
What do you say, Cornelius?
Maybe it'd be really funny and you end up also in a contract with time. It's you, me, and Phoebe hanging out for 10,000 years or something.
I was gonna say, I'll ask for 10,000 years if are you not coming?
I'll come.
Okay.
Chrys, Mouse looks at you and says, I don't think I can go.
What do you mean you don't think you can go?
Klaus is out there.
Yeah, and we're gonna time travel. We can save him.
If I stay, I can be with him in some capacity.
But you'd be taken over by the mind goblin.
But you're gonna come back and fix it, right?
I don't know. I would love to, but I can't guarantee that. And I don't want you stuck here.
But my son is stuck here.
I know. Why don't wait to make a decision on not coming? Just wait until we figure out what is going on and what we're doing.
Okay.
Because if there's any chance that we can save him, I don't want to. I can't leave you here. I can't.
Can you roll persuasion?
Maybe if I had
persuade that boy.
Persuade that boy.
This is a fairly consequential persuasion too.
I can feel it in my fucking bones. Hold on 1 second.
Said, please come. Please come, Mouse.
Please. All right,
Please.
persuasion. Luckily, Chrys has a 10 in that. That's awesome.
Oh God!
Okay.
Chrys
Can I,
said,
like,
single
take you
child.
out to coming?
That was a fairly
You're
heartfelt
gonna go with
conversation.
me.
You can. I will let you try to intimidate him if you have other words that you want to say.
Can add an or else to the end of that
I'm gonna-
sentence.
I'm gonna punch you right in the tooth if you don't come with me.
Best one.
Chrys does not say that to his poor little
I'm
brother.
gonna punch you just in one tooth if you don't come.
Wait, is he the? I thought he was your older brother.
He is, but he's tinier.
Yeah.
He is tinier.
He is tinier. Okay. Yeah. Let's see how this goes. It's not gonna go well. Hold on 1 second, because that's not a bad roll. Can I spend some luck?
Please, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll spend 19 luck. And
Okay.
I'll pass that.
Mouse looks distraught and says, Chrys, I'm not like you. I can't. Oh, God.
What do you mean you're not like me?
You are so chill about this stuff. You've just been told that you gotta go back in time and save the world, and look at you. You're just like, yeah, this is another Tuesday.
I'm stressing. He like wipes his sweaty palm on his brother's face. And he's like, I'm sweating, bro.
I can see the moisture from over here.
His like hands are dripping. But like I don't like doing this, but I can't. I don't know. You're my brother. I can't leave you here, and I'm not gonna not make sure that Klaus is okay. He's my nephew, you know. But I can't guarantee that this timeline would be the one we come back to.
All right, Chrys, I'll come with you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate that, because I don't think I could do it alone with these chuckleheads. And he points back to the other guys who have conjured it themselves into a corner, apparently. And
Yeah.
Chrys was not invited.
I'm holding both Anderson and Cornelius in a hug and just like trying to lift both of them up at the same time.
You're not even gonna roll for that. It's not going well.
No, it's not working.
You're like-
Sylvester finishes sipping his tea and says, "Oh, one more thing. This is a fun one. Now, your fancy magic hotel, right, is a gateway to all places. Heaven,
Yes.
hell,
That's what that
limbo.
is?
Correct.
What?
Yes, it's a liminal space.
I turned to Anderson. You've just been fucking hanging out in limbo again?
Well, to be fair, I was there first before all the reflection game nonsense started.
Oh, so you did it before it was cool.
You did it too, Cornelius. We went through it together.
I give myself side eye looking away.
Sylvester says, typically, you can only get there through invitation. You have to be invited. But don't worry, that problem was already taken care of for the harvester.
What is
Did
that?
someone invite the harvester?
Yes.
What the Brad?
Who
You said
fucking
Brad,
invited
right?
the-
It was
Yeah,
probably that
fucking
guy named
Brad.
Brad.
It was Brad. It was probably Brad.
Not the harvester itself, though. But it has entry.
So like the hotel's also taken over.
It will
Is that
be.
what you're saying?
It will be probably very soon. And as soon as it's able to get to the hotel, it can get to heaven, hell, limbo, everywhere.
I think it would be an improvement if it made it to heaven.
What?
Don't ask questions.
Sylvester
about that.
says,
Okay.
dark! And at this moment, right in the middle of the kitchen table, a shimmering blue portal pops open. Chrys, you instantly recognize it as one of Temperina's shramps.
Oh, thank God.
That's why
Sweet
it
baby
is 5
girl.
bucks.
And he's like, everybody gotta go.
Cosmo from somewhere else is belligerent.
Chrys, as you like leap up, Sylvester puts a hand on your shoulder and says, Chrysanthemum, write this down.
Hold on. You got like a pen or something? Like
Yeah.
I give you a pen.
Sick. Thank you. All right. What's up? What's up, my friend?
There is only one way. I could have met you 100 years ago, and you show up at my doorstep today with the end of the world and no memory.
Okay.
You have to use the frogs. You have to find them. You have to convince them to help you.
Hold on. Chris is like writing all the way up his arm.
Sylvester's like, I would have given you paper as well.
No, I would lose it. Like, let's be real here. Okay. End of the world. Hold on. Okay. Work with the frogs. And he puts that in like all capitals on his arm. Okay. All right. but like, you know what? All right. At this point, yeah, I'll work with the frogs. It's fine. Whatever.
All right.
It's fine.
Well, it was nice to meet all of you. Thanks for stopping by. Hope you enjoyed the tea.
Chrys like gulps down the tea because he hadn't touched it.
It's pretty good. It's a little lukewarm by now, but it's pretty good.
A little bit of honey in there.
Just a little bit.
Yeah, my boy. Yeah, he knows. All right. And Chrys is like, all right, is everybody coming? And
Yes.
well, Sylvester, like, I know, like, you're probably gonna hang out, but like these guys.
Yeah, we're all coming.
Mouse
We,
nods.
We all have kids at home that we're well, gotta save the world again.
Ain't that just the way?
Sylvester, thank you for your hospitality. Thanks for not murdering my brother. Consider not kidnapping people in the future. It's a faster way to make friends.
He looks out the window and says, yeah, I don't think there's going to be much more of a future for me to consider here.
Well, all right. I'm looking at that portal.
Hey, Sylvester, I'll see you when I see you, I guess. And you know, well, you won't see me, but I'll, see you.
Yes, you'll see me.
Yeah. All right. And Chrys like shoves Klaus, or shoves Mouse into the portal.
Yeah, Mouse goes, wow! And
All right.
do you go through
right,
as
peace. Yeah, he goes through.
well? Anderson looks at Atticus and Cornelius and says, is that thing safe?
No more dangerous than the literal death fog. Can I go through it?
Anderson goes, wait! And chases after you.
I turn to Sylvester and I ask him, now that everyone else is in the portal, if they kill this thing in another timeline, does that mean that the people here are free?
Depends when, doesn't it?
I sit down with him.
He's kind of like eyeing the portal and looks back to you. Don't you have to go?
That if this thing ever ends up dead, I'm going to have 4 families worth of children to look after, because that little boy's uncle and his father just went through that. And I don't know what his family looks like, or if they even know if he's here. But I know where he is. And I know where my family is. And I know where my friends' families are. And if that day comes, I suppose I will adopt another child and go home.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying, I think another cup of tea would be nice if we have time.
Sylvester looks at the kettle, looks back to you and says, do you want to say goodbye to them?
I think they'll be fine.
All right, kid, another round. And we cut to the other side of the portal where, Chrys, you are being swept up in a hug from both Durnest and Temperina Shramp.
Whoa, I'm here. Hello. And he hugs them back.
Atticus, you see this strange pair of Amish twins coming towards you for a hug.
Oh, no. Not all twins are friends.
Yeah, Anderson is like, ah! Jesus Christ, we're back in the echo chamber. How the fuck did we get back in the echo chamber?
Oh, God, this place is just as fucked up as your memories were. Oh.
Yeah, this is... Who the fuck are these guys? And, Durnest stops hugging you, Chrys, and says, thank God we found you. Are you okay?
Yeah. Chrys like looks back. He's like, hey, where'd the tall guy go?
Been around. Is Cornelius there?
Cornelius is not there.
I keep waiting.
Yeah.
Is the portal still there?
It's closing pretty slowly, and Atticus, you see that girl who's hugging Chrys with like this wild black hair seems to be struggling to keep it open.
Please hold it open just for a little bit longer. There's one more person coming through. Please.
Don't you think he would have come through by now?
I'd look at Anderson.
Anderson is like, and he runs over and shoves his head out and says, Cornelius, why the fuck are you sitting down?
You better kill that thing.
Cornelius Miller Get your ass in this portal right now.
Anderson, if you kill this thing and it frees every other timeline, I am going to be the only person who knows where that little boy is, and I am the only person who knows where our
No,
families are.
stop. Stop.
Yes. No.
Cornelius, please.
I grab him by the forehead and I push him through the portal.
Yeah, so you guys watch Anderson tumble back in, and then you see a giant hand from Sylvester come in and start just like waving around wildly. And the girl screams and drops the portal as the hand shoots back in.
Help Anderson to his feet. And I'm just kind of staring at where it was.
He said he was staying.
Fucking gonna sock his ass next time I see him. It's fine. It's fine. We just have to. I look him in the eyes. We just have to win. It'll be okay.
Yeah, we just gotta win. Deese looks at you, Chrys, and says, "You know, it's the damnedest thing. That old man showed up right after the earthquake and told us where to find you."
What old man are we talking about here?
I don't remember. You know, the old guy from just the other day. Whatever his name was, Dick Nuts.
Dick nuts. What the fuck?
I don't remember his name. He was just an asshole for like a week.
Wait.
Mark, I'm begging you. Got this. Come on.
Hold on. Chrys is like feverishly like scouring through a notebook. Hold on.
Can I just tell you?
Tell me, please.
It was Boo. His name is Beauregard Rivers.
That old man? See, that's the thing. I always kind of picture Boo a little younger.
Well, that's normally you would, but this is old man Boo.
Yeah, okay, all right. Oh, you don't. Yeah, that old guy. Okay, all right. I fuck. Well, thank you guys for saving us. Jesus, yeah, we were about to be harvested.
Is that that's what's here? That thing?
What do you mean that thing?
The harvester entity?
You know about the harvester entity?
Well, yeah, people have been whispering about it for like days now.
Where did you hear that from?
Well, Iris, I think, mentioned it to me. They heard it from Arden.
Okay. That makes sense. There's a lot of catching up we have to do. But yeah, no, we have essentially been an accomplice in the end of the world recently.
Fucking fantastic. Before I forget, old man made me promise one thing in exchange for your whereabouts.
Okay.
And he looks at you, Atticus, and says, he asked me to tell you, Atticus,
That is me.
to try not to end the world again.
Are you fucking kidding me? Who is this old man? Who is this fucking? Was his name Dr. B? Does his name have a B in it?
Yeah, I think it did have a B in it.
Dr. fucking asshole! I'm fucking kill him. First he disappears and pretends to be dead. We had a whole like mock funeral for him. Oh my god. Dr. B. Bill fuck okay. No one dig into that.
Okay, listen, maybe because this guy didn't go by Dr. B.
No, he didn't
What's
seem
his
like
name?
a doctor.
What the hell was his name then?
It started with a B, and like Chrys is gonna play dumb.
Stupid.
Chrys is gonna play dumb because he knows he's not supposed to say anything, and then he's like, where is my good friend Durnest in comparison?
He's like right next to you.
All right, he like puts a hand on his shoulder and he like grips. He's like, we don't remember.
Ow. No, I don't remember, Chrys. I do remember one other thing. One other message
What?
I had to deliver. Anderson Rivers? Anderson nods. And Deese flips him off.
I want to kick this fucking dude's ass. Who even knows us that starts with a B? Because the only people that should still be alive and pissed are like what, Jace? But she's in jail.
Yeah, I can't think of any.
Fuck me either.
And that's
Yeah, no, nothing. Not even my fucking son. No.
Well, why would his son Beauregard Rivers
be a time
of all-
traveling asshole.
I mean, he is an asshole, but he just hasn't time traveled yet.
No. If
Uh,
I had
No.
any reason to bring up Boo's name, I definitely would have, but I couldn't.
and with that sort of heart-wrenching Cornelius abandoning shit fucking scenario, I think
I love Cornelius.
we're gonna call it quits. We're gonna pick up next time, and we're gonna check in with dear sweet Cosmo and Iris.
Yay!
Woohoo.
Because what could possibly go wrong there?
Oh,
Nothing.
Where are they going again? Does anyone remember?
Wyoming.
gotta find that other team.
Yeah, where is that?
Wyoming.
Oh no.
Is that Wyoming?
Oh
Yeah, it's
no.
in Wyoming.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh no.